Singapore is a leading and trusted financial services hub, and we'd like to help the companies that currently operate here to gain even stronger competitiveness as a way of growing this hub and strengthening it. I think one of the ways in which we want to help is by using AI to a broader and a deeper extent. And we can see that the AI applications should serve a business purpose. The business purpose here is that the companies would like to be able to serve a wider client base. It's also because it is a growing region and there are business opportunities. And how they are able to capture these new growth opportunities is in an efficient way is one of the driving forces. Now, for the financial services sector, the agency that leads its development is the Monetary Authority of Singapore. And MAS has introduced a number of initiatives to try and help these companies to use AI to strengthen their competitiveness. Among the initiatives that they have introduced is to encourage the setting up of AI centers of excellence by leading financial institutions here. And the organization that we are visiting today, UBS, is a very good example of this. Another very important way to uplift the sector through the use of AI is to enable more to learn the skills that will help them to succeed in these endeavors. One consistent theme that we keep hearing is that you need AI specialists, people who know data science, who know machine learning engineering, but equally, you need people who are steep in the understanding of the business processes. They understand the domain well, they understand the functions well, they understand the client relationships well. And when you bring the two together, then something special happens for the company. This is the group that we have broadly referred to as AI bilinguals. Today I met some of them. They are specialists in their respective areas, for example, in business operations. They know what are the pain points. They also know what are the opportunities for improvement. And they acquire enough of AI skills and knowledge in order to apply it to their day-to-day activities. And in this way, I think we can strengthen the sector's ability to use AI. And we will continue to press on in this area. The third part of MAS's efforts is also in ensuring that there are sufficient guardrails. And to this end, they have put out governance principles that financial services institutions should observe when they are using AI. And they will continue to strengthen the guidance to the players in the sector. I think these efforts are showing good results. By now, there are already more than 30 financial institutions in Singapore that have AI teams. Some of them have pitched it at a very high level of center of excellence, where the innovations that are being born in Singapore are being deployed, applied to their global operations. We see this as a very good way of showcasing the capabilities here and to also promote the continued development of the AI ecosystem in Singapore. Okay? Yeah.
So I guess, Teo,
Sure.
what does this partnership also mean for Singapore as like the country strives, like you said, to become a global leader in AI? And also in terms of the talent, how do such partnerships help grow talent in the sector in Singapore?
Yes. I think we know that the skills that you develop working on specific problems, specific opportunities, will be so much more useful in addition to the skills that are learned in an educational institution, in an educational setting. Those give you some grounding, but you need to be able to understand the specific contexts and issues that companies face in using the technology. You need to be able to understand the perspective of the clients. You need to be able to see the challenges that your co-workers face. So in real world applications, I think skills that are developed are far more entrenched, and they stay with the person for a much longer time. And that's what we'd like to see more of. We'd like to see real applications that are being developed by companies that make a difference to their businesses. And in the process of developing these AI-enabled solutions, the people that they deploy then gain a different kind of experience that will also enable them to work on similar projects within the same organization or to apply their skills more generally. Yeah.
Minister, you mentioned
Yes.
guardrail. What kind of regulatory challenges do you see the adoption of AI in financial services, and how is government going to tackle these challenges?
Yeah. The concerns with AI are quite similar across different settings. Yeah? For example, if AI is being used to make recommendations, will those recommendations result in costly mistakes? Or if AI is being used to make assessment, right? Is the assessment unbiased, or does the AI carry with it certain discriminatory practices, and that persists over time? So I think these two types of risks are not unique to the use of AI in financial services. What we have done in Singapore is to lean forward to make companies more aware of these risks to begin with. In our case, we've had a model AI governance framework, even in the first iteration of the National AI Strategy. And when we introduced the refreshed National AI Strategy, we were working at the same time to also update our AI governance framework to take into account the different concerns as a result of the use of generative AI. We've gone a step further. We have previously already introduced testing frameworks, software toolkits that were applicable in the use of classical AI. But we created Project Moonshot as a way for us to say, in the context of generative AI, how do you test for these kinds of risks, and what are the ways in which you can, assure yourself that the risks have been managed to an adequate extent. So these efforts are very important, and they continue to occupy our minds. We don't do it alone. We work together with companies that are actually implementing AI solutions so that they also have a chance to test the guardrails that have been proposed, to give feedback to IMDA that looks after this area so that we can continuously improve these guardrails. Okay.
One more question.
Yeah, sure.
Do we expect any more centers of excellence between the government and the financial sector in the upcoming few months?
I'm sure it will continue to grow. Across the different sectors, there are already more than 50 AI centers of excellence, and we are welcoming of the AI centers of excellence, whichever sector they come from. The more important thing is the kind of work that they are doing, and whether the applications that they develop are impactful beyond the specific enterprise in Singapore to their global operations, as well as if they can be also shared with the wider AI ecosystem in Singapore. So one good example is MAS's Pathfinder program, where they bring together companies that are interested in using AI-enabled solutions, and those who have successfully piloted proofs of concepts can then share with others who, in a way, will have a shorter learning curve, and they can also better identify the partners that they can work with to implement these solutions. So I think in this way, the ecosystem can enhance its offerings and support to the participants, and as a result, help us to push forward with the AI adoption agenda in a much more concerted and systematic way.